Hello there, guys. This is Real Guardian. Now, this is what if you say was a Guardian Part 1. Few things first. First, I have a Discord now, and the link will be down below. Second, if you really want to support me or help me right now, become a Patreon. Because the more people I have on Patreon, the more money I have, the more reason I can finally start using that more, because I've kind of stopped, because there's really only one Patreon. Third, I'd like to see if you guys can get me to 1,000 subs. I mean, you guys have got me up to 200 one time in a week, so I think you guys could easily do this. So hopefully by the month we're at 1,000. Finally, I am a bit tired. I've been having a bit of cough, so if I stop or cough, I apologize right now because this is like the 12th recording because it just happens too much right now. Finally, this is this is in the High School DxD universe, but I've set the Guardian elements up first before we get into their elements. So with that being said, this is What If Issei Was a Guardian Part 1, so let's get started. Three female voices speak, saying this is the story of the Sacred Guardian. And to start it out, you need to know the Traveler and its story. It had help from all the supernatural factions during the ancient times, help quell the dark. But now, being millenniums later, the darkness is back, with the Traveler now trying to find the perfect guardian, this being the fabled Sacred Guardian, to combat the threat. But this guardian alone will have the power to wield all their strength, especially now that they are on the offensive, as all the guardians are trying to protect the worlds outside the Milky Way galaxy, since the Dark does not want a fight with the other supernatural force, knowing if they reform their alliance, the Dark will fall. The supernatural side does fear their gods and the darkness's true power, so they'll only intervene if the Guardians ask. Now, their galaxy is known as the Traveler's Light, as it is having, currently, an all-out war, with the only safe world now being the Tower, where the Traveler and all the Guardians reside. But since they are starting to lose the battle, the Traveler in its infinite wisdom has set out the three sacred ghosts to find a single, powerful host. Finally, we'll start this story with three ghosts. A red one named Veronica, a white one named Amelia, and a black one named Lily. They are flying around the reef, getting to a world known as Relia. Relia. Them entering its atmosphere, getting down to the ground, seeing ruins of an old city from ancient times, with them flying around while talking. I was saying, hey, Veronica, from what I can remember, or from my database, this is one of those last remaining ancient cities from that, uh, uh, ancient era, right? The response, yep. And this is so awesome. Like, I would totally love to vacate here back when it was probably more lively and everything. With Amelia saying, seriously, can you talk normal at all, Veronica? We're not human teenagers. They're saying, don't hate on me and my style, you old fart. With Amelia getting really angry at her and starting to having a screaming fight with her. But Lily stopped them by saying, hey, look, they're Hive here. Them getting quiet and hiding. The small group of thralls walking by them. After they left, all three of them came out hiding, and once they were sure the group was out of hearing range, all three of them said together, huh, I thought they were all wiped out in Vulcan territory. They start floating around the fallen city, scanning every dead body they can find. The Rock is saying, you know, we might have to go to the Milky Way galaxy to find the Sacred Guardian. After all, we've searched every planet in this whole galaxy, this being the last one. The other two saying, only if we get the speaker's permission, Veronica. With her responding, yeah, I know. But I'm not gonna lie, this place was so totally cool at some point. The other two just sigh. They're talking like that, and her personality. They're at the last of their patience with Veronica. Though she stopped, saying, hey, look, there's a crack in the dirt. It's big enough for us to fit it. Think we should check it out. Might be full of really cool stuff. Them just following her down the crack reluctantly. As they drift and slide through miles and miles of dirt while arguing the whole time they are going down. Amelia and Lily saying at this point it'd be better to go back. But Veronica said, you two can go back. I'm not. Stop it. This is too much fun. We've never gone down this far, ever. They finally got out of the hole to see that they are in the main hive, with Amelia and Lily saying, "You really should go back, Veronica." The response saying, "Fine, but let's look around a bit. So we have data to report to the Guardians so we can make sure they have something, alright?" Now the other two think about it and agree to it. They scan and float around the hive, realizing they're at the very bottom of the hive. And it seems they're in a place that's completely empty for some reason. That's really weird, they thought, given what they know of the hive and the data they've collected over the years. But they soon realize why. Without entering a room feeling this overwhelming power emanating from it. The feeling of hatred, sadness, and desire to get more power, ironically. It was so great, it even made them want to run. But Veronica said, "We need to check this out." With Amelia saying, "No, we don't. It's not safe here." With Lily saying, "I agree with Veronica. It might be a powerful new hybrid, some monster they're trying to create. Plus, any info would help the Guardians if they can get the Awakens' permission to come here and fight the Hive. And remember the rule, Amelia." They're making a clicking sound saying, "In any matter like this, majority rules." Them flowing in to see a piling of offerings that the hive have given, thinking whatever this is, giving to it, thinking whatever this is would like it, only to see a skeleton of a young boy sitting on a throne. Varga saying, "So this was laying all that emanating stuff. I wonder why." The Billy saying, "The loss of one's life, filled with regrets, can cause many things to be and exist." Lily just grunting in agreement with Amelia. Amelia scanning the offering saying, "Wow, normally only a hive god would get some of these. And man, look at all the weapons and gear. They really must have wanted to make this person happy so not to incur its wrath." Lily's scanning through saying, "And this was made for that reason as well. You can tell it's not a normal hive structure, plus the materials are all off." But Veronica scanned the body, saying, "We found them." With Amelia and Lily going, "What?" Veronica responding, "It's him. This is the Sacred Guardian. But all three of us need to scan him. Are you ready? Once we do this, one of us will be active while the other two will have to sync up with him over time." They both said, "Yes, we are ready for this." While this was happening, a young 13-year-old boy in a black void, seeing broken memories that have never made sense. And eons? Was it eons? You cannot tell. He's been there a very long time. So long that the only thing that made any sense to him anymore was his name, Issei. Then a bright light hit him, the first he's seen in those eons, but it faded away quickly. This thought being, that was nice for a second. But then the light returned, this time starting to shine everywhere, then engulfing him as he felt like he was breathing heavily once more. It was like everything in him was kick-started again, and this light made him feel and felt so happy and peaceful that he closed his eyes, darting his eyes back open quickly to see a little red thing floating in front of him. He grabbed it and started to crush it with it, screaming in a female voice, "Wait, wait, 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 wait! I'm one of your ghosts! I'm one of your ghosts!" This caused Issei to let it go, with the red thing floating back up, saying, "Wow, aren't you one scary, sexy, strong beast?" With Issei giving a confused look, with it answering, "Well, first off, my name is Veronica. What's yours, Guardian?" With his response being, "It's Issei. And what's a Guardian?" Her saying, "Oh, that'd be what you are now. You're a Guardian." Them saying, "But what is that?" With her response saying, "Oh yeah, sorry, you're really, really, really new about being a Guardian. Well, it's someone reborn with light from the traveler to start off with. Oh, plus, as long as you have your ghost, you cannot die again." We're starting going on even more tangents that make no sense, with Issei screaming out, "Okay, what is going on? First, I died. Second, who's the traveler? Third, how can I not die now again with a ghost? And four, stop going on tangents and explain everything properly. After getting a full explanation without any of the tangents of what a guardian is and what is going on with him, Issei sinks back into the throne, saying, "So, I died a long time ago. This traveler is basically a god. I'm the sacred guardian who can use all three different types of guardian classes. We use this light given to us to defeat the darkness. I have unique powers the others do not possess, and I have two other ghosts. Sorry. I don't know where they are right now. And did I get any of that wrong? With Veronica's funds being nope. And they're on your chest belt." Daisy looking down to see he had a belt around his upper left shoulder that went down to his other side of his chest. In the center of the chest was a holster with two other ghost-looking things in it. He also realized he was wearing a long brown duster's coat with a black shirt, black jeans, and black combat boots. I'm thinking, okay, I was not wearing this when I died, as if she could read his mind. Raka said, "That's your non-guardian gear. Unlike other guardians, says you have all three. It depends on what your ghost is, and it's tied to class. I am the Titan class ghost. So I'm like the best at taking damage, dealing with anything stupid, especially those other two on your belt. LOL," as she chuckles. He's like giving a confused look, but just thought to himself, roll with it. Then finally asking, "So where are we, Veronica?" Her response being, "We are currently located at the bottom of a main hive, and this is your offering room, for what we believe. Well, we've been gathering, to be honest. They feared you pretty intensely with the stuff they gave you." He's saying, "Why would they fear me?" Veronica responding, "It's because your power, along with your hatred and sadness, and desire to get more power, ironically, emanated so strongly from you that they ended up offering things and hope it would appease you." You say, scratching his head and trying to think pretty hard, then saying out loud, "I wish I could remember, though. Why can't I remember?" Veronica responding, "Sometimes it's best we don't remember anything at all. I finally got fully synced up. Now, let's get you an armor set with gear. Now, I'm going to store all that stuff that's on the Ultra for us to use. After all, they gave it to you, right?" With Issei nodding his head, Veronica making a blue light, and everything went into it. We're saying, "Oh, don't worry, we share a massive inventory space. We share each other's memory. Oh, and plus any of the data. Okay, so now that's all of it. Let's get you in your gear and armor. Just say Titan mode activate." He's nodding his head and said Titan mode activate. He was then covered in red armor. This set right here, in particular, of red armor, with a HUD display appearing before him, showing that he was the Titan class, and the classes related to the Titan were locked. But his sacred power, having two, one was unlocked and the other was locked. His loadout was he's read the Gnawing Hunger Assault Rifle, the Ecolas shotgun, didn't really know how to pronounce that, he thought, and the Xenophage machine gun. He had maxed out ammo. Them saying out loud, "To be honest, I look like another badass." Viraga saying, "The only best for my Guardian. Also, I optimized everything you're using and wearing for what you need right now." Okay. "So are you ready?" You say, looked at her really confused, asking why. They're saying simply, "Hive incoming." You say, readying his gun, and cursing at Veronica since she could have warned him earlier, without giving this tee sound. You say, sighed really loud. But to be honest, this felt so familiar holding a gun. Like I've used this type of weaponry before. A bunch of Hive acolytes run in. They made some of the most nonsensical, babbling sounds Issei has ever heard, with them readying their guns and opening fire. Issei dodge rolling out of the way, getting his rifle ready. He opened fire, nailing most of them in the head, killing them. With him thinking, why does this feel so familiar? As the word combat trained entered his head. The rest of the hive started to scatter out into further parts of the room, since there's really no cover in here, as this was turning into an all-out dogfight. Issei dodging and weaving, firing his rifle, slowly mowing them down one by one, with some of them getting too close. And when they finally got too close, he quickly switched to the shotgun, started blasting them away. Three of the hive rushed forward at him, shot one in the head, was swinging the gun around and bashing the next one's head in. And the last one, he punched it away. He quickly ran up to it, jumping on top of it and firing the shotgun dead in its face. With them, with only five of them left, Veronica said, "Let's use that power." With her eyes starting to turn green as she said, "Boost, boost, 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 boost," over and over again. With Issei realizing his power was growing very quickly. With him starting to dash around, seeing that his speed, power, strength, really everything increased dramatically. With him gliding around the room, and single-handedly with just one punch killed the remaining hive, while it cracked the ground and walls around him. Seeing this, he had to ask, Veronica, what was that? The response being, that was the sacred power. Jahava was given a very small, you could say, sliver of various powers, and in some cases a small sliver of the soul that was the being tied to these powers. This one is known as the Red Dragon Emperor power. Plus, we can actually use the full range of powers and abilities that this emperor once wielded. Well, any of the sacred powers, to be honest. Is he thinking, so this is my unique power you told me about? Saying out loud, okay, but I noticed we have another one locked. With Rog saying yes, all three ghosts have two sacred powers we can call on. It's it's just the second one is currently locked for right now. With that, Issei seeing shiny things that looked like ammo boxes, so he picked them up. And these glowing cube box looking rectangle prism things? He was not too sure what they were until Veronica said, "Oh, those are anagrams. They drop armor and weapons generally. You should pick them up." Lisa saying, "Okay." After getting everything, they start moving up in the hive. Veronica saying, "So, to be honest, like totally honest, it was a crime a good-looking guy like you died so young, but I get to be blessed by your hotness from now on, so I'm gonna call this a win for me." He was just getting bothered by this. He knows this is Veronica, one of his ghosts, but wonder what made her have this personality and way of speaking. It was really weird and confusing, especially for a guy with no memories. Finally, they stopped outside of a chamber, with Veronica saying, "I don't sense any enemies yet, but you should be really, really careful, Issei." With Issei nodding his head to her. With them walking into the room. But as they do, the door shuts behind them, turning red. Then the door at the other end of the chamber shuts as well, turning just as red. Veronica's saying, "Oh, ooh, oh, crap. That's a lot of hive thralls." With a horde of thralls coming from everywhere, even up above them. They were so disgusting looking. You say, thought. With him asking, "So what do you recommend?" They're simply saying, very simple. Play some heavy metal music, and finally, rip and tear, rip and tear. With easy smile saying, "Alright, I can do that." With him cocking the shotgun. During this moment, the speaker heard the traveler say, "It has been found." Finally. Realizing what this means, he calls a nearby servant saying, "Quickly get me Cade 6. Now." The servant running away, the speaker thinking, so the sacred guardian has been awakened. Wonder how powerful he or she will be. Pondering to himself during this moment. Cutting back to the fight, Issei started out with a shotgun blast in the face of a nearby thrall. Issei smirking as he sees its face and blood and everything scattered all around him. Rock has started to use the boost power with him, starting to run around firing the shotgun to hordes of thralls, blowing them apart. With him punching through some of them and killing what's left in front of him or around him. As he was doing this left and right non-stop, with each throw he seems to kill. Two more tickets placed though. As the battle goes on, an hour later, he was breathing heavily, saying, I'm almost out of rifle ammo. One shot left, and the shotgun's empty. Any ideas, Veronica? Her responding, saying, I don't know. Wait, we just unlocked this? Wow. Wow. This will work. Okay, I got a plan. I have to stop boosting you and boost the power on me. And when I say the word transfer, slam your fist down. It's going to take a while to get the power, though. Finally, some information. Those blue-looking thralls are cursed thralls, and they blow up. Perfect for us in this scenario, so go all out without any hesitation, he say. With him nodding and saying, okay, I will. And I will trust you. We will put all my trust in you. We will get out of this alive. And pointing his gun at a nearby cursed thrall. As it ran up to him, he quickly kicked it, sending it flying back. With him taking his last shot, he fired on it, exploding into a crowd of thralls. Them saying, grab him out, rifle out. Oh, well, time to use the machine gun, as he smiles twistedly. Pulling Pulling it out, he starts firing into small armies and groups and hordes of thralls, hitting as many cursed thralls within them he could, causing them to explode, clearing more and more thralls while he was doing this. Rocco was saying boost over and over again. Issei was still firing at this point, trying to keep them at bay, but he's almost completely out of ammo. Some of the groups getting closer, with him slamming them with his fist and the gun. He started firing into them again until he had no ammo left. Deciding to do this, he started to use the gun as a ram and bashed most of them out of his way. Finally, having no choice left, seeing what was about to happen to him if he didn't do this, he quickly smashed and punched a group of thralls in front of him, and using his full might of his legs, finally jumping high into the air. But as he was floating, it happened. He heard Veronica say transfer, letting himself fall down quickly towards the center of the whole horde of thralls, with him slamming his fist down. And as the fist made contact with the ground, Veronica screamed out, Sword birth! With this sword spouted out everywhere, piecing every thrall. It came into out of nothingness, making contact with every single one, with each of them being pierced. As all the remaining thralls finally got pierced, the chamber doors finally opened. But Issei turned around to see Veronica starting to sputter and seemed to slowly fall down towards him, saying, I am so sorry. It seems I used too much of the sacred power. It's putting me in a low-down power mode, with the tight armor he had been wearing slowly disappearing around him. And Veronica's last words were, Don't worry. It seems Amelia's almost synced. It won't be long, okay? Before she's up and running. As she clicks into the ghost clip, going into a power down mode. With Issei grabbing a single sword that was sticking out of the ground, just in case. He starts walking to the door, getting ready to leave the room. He climbs further up into this hive, thinking, I have to survive without them right now. Back to the speaker, Cade 6 walks in, saying, So, what's the emergency, Chief Voice? I mean, to ask for me personally, it must be especially really, really bad, or we're completely screwed. With the speaker sighing, saying, It's both, actually. In a way, this is being good and bad. What's good is the Sacred Guardian has been found, and has fully awakened. It's Gate 6 saying, Great, but what's the bad? Speaker sighing again. He's in the reef at Frelia. With Gate 6 saying, Well, we're all dead and screwed. I'll be seeing you later. With the. Okay? And it seems I was also really right, with the speaker raising his tone at him saying, "Stop, get back here. I know we're not in the best relationship with you Woken right now, but I need you to get access to that planet from their queen. We need to get the Sacred Guard here and train him or her, for it is needed to stop the coming tide, because the shift of power from the light to dark is finally beginning, and it is going towards the dark, and you know it." And again, it is obvious only he or she can stop it. Skate 6 saying, "Alright, I'll try my best, but there's probably no way I'll get there, especially given our relationship right now. Hopefully the reef doesn't take him in. Plus, personally, I hope it's a dude because I need a new drinking buddy, a goofing around pal, and someone to blame for all my stuff." As he starts laughing. Finally, a shadow figure starts to stir on a planet, with Issei saying, "Man, it's way hard to deal with these things without a ghost." He's been going through small groups of acolytes and a thrall or two as he's been climbing up. As he's gotten into this, what seems to be a massive chamber room with banisters or whatever those things are. No, wait, platforms. Platforms all around him that lead up to different rooms, including a door. As he realizes there's even more hive coming towards him, and this time there's a bigger group. So he decides to find a nice shady corner to hide in, with the white ghost finally kicking on, saying, "Well, you say it's time to learn what a hunter is capable of." Okay, guys, that was the end of the script. I'm also sorry this one was shorter, but in order to get some videos out before I take my break, I've decided to make them shorter. I just thought I'd tell you at the end. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'm sorry if I messed up reading the script or stuttered or coughed. It's just I'm a little bit tired, like I said at the beginning, and I do have a bit of a cough. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is The Real Gyring, signing off.